But like these houses where you feel it, man. You feel like
Dude.
the presence, like somebody's looking at you. You know,
Well,
it's
that
creepy as fuck.
that corn, that flour that they spread on the thresholds didn't help, man. It fucking brought whatever into the house, you know.
Hell
Dude,
no.
there was something in there, bro. Like, and it
Hey,
wasn't
I
like
want my money back, huh?
it wasn't fucking with me, but it like just let me know it was there.
Let you know that it was there. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let me continue on with this house, man. So,
Yeah.
like Gabe just mentioned, the hallway, and it's really, if you orient yourself to the house. So, like, you walk in to the left, there's a hallway, and that's where like my bedroom was, and that's where like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the other bedrooms, and then 2 of the
Yeah.
bathrooms were.
Mhm.
But he's right, man. Like, if you from our living room.
Yeah.
If you're like watching TV, I don't know why sometimes, dude, you would just catch yourself glancing over to the left and looking down that hallway because it almost felt like sometimes that something was just like there, you know. And
Yeah.
Gabe felt it, you know. I remember he came over a few times, and one time he came over for like, I think Marissa had made like a red chili turkey or some crap or something. I don't remember, but I remember he came over.
Red chili's delicious, by the way.
That shit was the shit. That was delicious as hell.
Can I ask you a question though, real quick? How old do you think that house was, man? Do you think it was?
Oh, bro, yeah, that house was built like in the 50s or the 60s.
See that, and that's a thing though. I've noticed that, like,
Gentlemen, salute, gentlemen.
Yeah, houses they have history, man. You don't know like how many people like, they don't tell you that shit when you buy them. You know what I mean? So it's just like, who knows, man? Like how many, like, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm a mailman, dude. I see houses and like I see people that, you know, like I knew this one guy. He was an older guy, man, and he would be in the garage all the fucking time. And one day, dude, he died. He knew he was dying. I think it was like 90 something. But he would smoke in his garage. And one day I came and the sister came out and she was like, "Oh yeah, he died in his garage." And from, you know, he had a heart attack or whatever. And I was like, damn. So they sold the house in a matter of weeks, dude.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, COVID shit. And I was like, damn, those people have no clue that old man died in the garage. I wonder if they do. If they did, then they did. But I'm just saying, like, you don't know, dude. When you have a house, like, you're talking about 50s and 60s, the history that went on, you know?
That's
like,
true, man. But what gets me is, you know, I think all three of us has watched those like paranormal shows.
Oh yeah,
and I've seen some where brand new houses, man, had all kinds of paranormal activity.
Yeah, because of the burial ground too.
Yeah, because of all kinds of shit like location, man, ley lines, you name it. You know,
I remember watching all that shit with you guys, Cruises. Remember that?
Yeah,
we were watching. I think
hey, you know, I think the messed up place here in New Mexico is the old prison in Santa Fe. Man, that place is like super haunted by whatever's there.
The 1970s riot.
Yeah, that's the worst riot in United States history, man.
It's just evil there, bro.
God bless everybody in that riot.
And the thing with New Mexico was it had a bunch of Indian burial grounds.
Yeah.
And started building. Spanish started building, conquering, and took over, whatever. And, you know, they were just building. They were like, screw this shit. I'm going to build over this, you know.
Those pesky conquistadors.
All right. So, okay, I'm going to continue on with this house because there's a few other things to discuss about it. So, we just talked about the hallway, you know, and it kind of felt like there was a presence
the fucked up hallway.
Yeah, the fucked up hallway, as we used to call it, you know. So I remember, man, I think this was like 2013. We actually, one of our roommates, one of his coworkers actually did like, he did like some paranormal investigations. He was like an amateur. So we actually brought him into the house and let him do that. Like we let him like walk around, record and pick up EVP. So he gave us the footage and everything. And like he did pick up a few EVPs and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy, you know.
Nothing grade A, huh? EVP?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
he probably was like that one episode on Saturday Night Live with ghost hunters. Did you ever see that? Where the ghost hunters go in and they go, "What is that sound?
Oh no!
Yeah.
What is that fart? What the freak?"
Yeah, I remember that one now.
Oh
that
man,
was
like,
a good
are you
one.
smelling that? that? Do you see that?
Yeah, they were doing
That was a good one.
Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Those dudes. Yeah. That shit's funny though, dude. They're like, don't touch me. Nobody touch me, man. They get all dramatic. I swear.
Is this what you want?
Yeah.
Is this what you want?
Yeah. That's good
Show
stuff, man.
yourself.
Hey, it could have been the burrito. I'm just saying, Zach. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
I love that over Ghost Hunters because it's more entertaining. I think Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. Okay, so knowing that all this stuff has happened, like everything I just told you guys, like all the weird little things that happened at this house. I remember one night I came back from a job in the oil industry, and I came back to the house. All my roommates were gone, man. They were all out of town or wherever the hell they were.
Perfect storm.
So, yeah. So I walk into the house. It's already like 9 p.m., man. House is pitch black dark. I realized no one was home, and I was like, oh, fuck. You know? That's what I said to myself, like, oh, my God.
You know it's going to go down.
Shit just got real. Hooray.
That's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. Like, I was even kind of apprehensive. Like, I'm going to sound like a little bitch. I was a little apprehensive to walk into the house, you know? And then once I did walk into the house, it was like pitch black. So I was like, I had to go find a light switch like ASAP, you know? So I did that, you know? And then, you know, I unpack and all that good stuff and kind of settle down. And honestly, I know you guys are waiting for something crazy to happen, but the kicker was nothing happened at all that night. I didn't have one problem. I didn't have one creepy vibe, you know, like I left a lot of the lights in the house off, you know. Yeah. I mean, it was chill as hell, bro. I slept peacefully. I had no problems whatsoever. I wasn't creeped out one bit. You know what I mean? So I kind of, my theory, and it's not even a theory because I think the Bible kind of talks about this stuff, but I kind of, thinking about all the stuff that happened to me in that house, I was like, you know what? I just spent a night in this house by myself. If there were things there, they could have had a field day with me that night. And instead, I had a peaceful night, man. Nothing happened, you know?
Hey, can we just have a ghost like the Ghostbusters where Dan Aykroyd when the girl's floating over his bed? Can we have a ghost like that? None of these like scary shit. We need a ghost like that.
I wouldn't even, I don't want any ghost pussy, bro, you know?
No, but you know what they say though, right? They say that they're like a magnet to fear too. Like if you're like expecting something, then they can like latch to you. That's what they say. I don't know, from all the shit that I've been watching or whatever. Like they latch on you. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's your mind messing with you because you're expecting something to happen, but I truly believe though, if you're, I don't know, man. If you're,
I think there's some truth to that, man. But the thing is, there was a little bit of fear because I had already had some experiences in that house. Yeah. So initially, I was a little bit afraid. I'm like, oh. Yeah. But what ended up happening was the opposite, man. Just everything was so peaceful and nice, man. You know.
And that's good.
My theory is that all the things that are happening to me, something was attached to one of my roommates or a couple of them.
Maybe. Oh yeah, that's like a trigger.
That's my theory, because I was there by myself. Could have been a field day for whatever the hell was there to fuck with me, you know?
Oh, yeah, dude. It'd be like, this dude's by himself.
Yeah, exactly. I left, dude. It's like one of those horror movies where like the girl is just giving the killer all these opportunities to kill her. Dude, I left like all kinds of lights off. Like I remember at one point walking from my bedroom all the way down the dark hallway, all the way over to the kitchen, you know, and I turned on the light when I got in the kitchen to grab something, turned it off. I didn't turn on any more lights in the living room or anything, dude. The only light on in the house was in my bedroom, you know? So I was like, that was a perfect opportunity for something to like just fucking appear, jump out and just give me a heart attack or something. None of that happened, bro. None of it, you know?
You know it helps too, like if you have a trigger item. Like if something triggers it, like if you have something that dude, we should.
I don't know, bro.
We need to do this these days. Is go to a haunted house or some shit and just do it, man. Screw it. I'm down to do it. See if we can catch some shit, some evidence or something. Yeah. EVP, man. Because I'm still kind of like, I know my grandma's house was haunted, but I'm like, that was back when I was a kid. I want to. Yeah. Like my house ain't haunted now, dude. The one I bought, I mean, it was built in 2004, and I just want
That's
to,
good.
you know, I'm not saying because you like what you said, the new houses sometimes, you know, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but I just don't feel anything in my house that I have now. I think
That's
it's
good, man.
Hey, but
Good.
I do want to sit here and say congratulations on that beautiful man cave you have back there.
Oh, yeah,
That's
man.
every
Yeah.
man's
It looks-
dream right there.
It looks
BR,
like a
you're
bar,
living
man.
the
That's pretty
dream.
yeah, no, it does.
You are living the damn dream, BR.
You're
If you're
also
a ghost, that's where I would want to be at.
you're also balling, man. Like, got all that money, bro.
Hey, he's living that life.
I've been doing improvements in my house, so that I just bought a piano for a ghost to play when I'm sleeping.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm still
fuck
waiting
that,
on that
bro.
fish so I can
Fuck
choke
that.
it. I'm waiting on that fish so I can choke it.
So this is
Come
actually
here.
perfect for a ghost.
Come here, fish.
I'm waiting to sleep.
Finding Nemo, my ass.
I'm waiting
Hey.
to go to sleep, and then he could play the piano. You know.
Hey G, you know how you'll summon that ghost? You need to go
How?
take a shower.
That's true, man.
Like running water, bro.
Hey, maybe that fish will pop up too. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
All right, let me tell y'all my crazy ghost stories. I'll start off when I was a little kid. In our family, me and my cousin BR's family, is a very famous story, right? So I was probably about, I don't even know, 3 years old, 4 years old. And I was with one of my, or I should say our aunts, right? She was, just taking pictures and stuff and, pictures of me and the trees or whatever.
I remember
And
that.
yes, he seen the picture. So one of the pictures that our aunt took, my hand was extended out and there's like a ghost with a hat and he's looking on the side and he's holding my hand. Okay. And that freaked us out to like, man, it freaked me out. Seeing that picture and stuff.
I don't know. You can't Photoshop that shit because that was back before Photoshop even existed.
Yeah, that was back in the day, man. And you know what's crazy? I used to have that picture.
Do you have it?
I used to have that picture and I lost it. I had it on a little disc on my phone and the disc got corrupted. And I could never get that picture back. But you know what's crazy? When I would open it, like the picture up and I would like zoom in on the shadow of the guy with the hat, you could see straight through his eyes. That's what was crazy. The light shined through his eyes. Yeah. I was like, how the hell is that shit even possible? So that was like my very first introduction to like the paranormal, you know what I mean? Yeah. Ghost stories and stuff.
Hey, do you think it was like a dead relative?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that somebody that used to live there probably was taking care. Because I didn't feel like it was malice. I didn't feel like it was like trying to do me harm or anything like that.
It doesn't sound like it either. It almost sounds like a dead relative,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But anyway, who the hell knows?
You had that picture. You had that so you could show it.
I used to have it. I can't find it anymore. If I ever find it, I'll upload it. But that's a very famous picture in our family. But
the thing is, tell them about like in Villanueva that all our families right next to each other. They live they're like.
Oh yeah, they've been there for a long time. All those family.
So that all the history, just imagine all the history of our dead relatives that live there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's pretty cool. Our great-grandfather's house, his father's is behind that house, right? But it's like in rubbles. But one of the cool things about our great-great-grandfather's house is that the wall is still up and there's a place where the mirror used to be that they used to have, like his like shaving stuff. So that was kind of cool, like standing in the same place that our relative used to shave and, do whatever else, choke fish. I don't know what else they did back in the day. But like that place is really cool. You can feel the history when you go over there, Yeah,
man. I think from my grandma's side, she was born and raised there. I mean, her great grandma was there. Because the heritage from our grandma, like it goes from, where was grandma? Spain? Is it Spain or?
Grandma was a mixture of German and Spanish.
No, but I'm saying they settled there. I mean, since forever, right? It's been there.
They were the Martinezes on that side for grandma's side.
crazy, man.
And
So
the German side was
and
stone.
all the deaths that occurred there, you know what I mean? Like all the that
Yeah,
land.
you remember that little ledge where the Native Americans would kill people? Remember, they would mark it?
Oh yeah, man.
That was nuts. You could see where they would put the little marks of people they sacrificed.
Oh yeah, you
Like, damn.
prints too. I think there was like handprints too, which is great.
Going to the park.
That would be interesting to do like a little EVP session over there, man.
Dude, my dad said one of the strangest things he ever saw over there was he was walking back home at night and he saw a bright light fall like from the trees down and kind of like start following my dad. It freaked my dad out. He was like, "What the hell? What the hell is this golden ball, following me?"
And you
But
said
it's
this
probably
is
some-
like Native American land or something?
Yeah,
Well,
we
yeah,
had
originally it was a long
Oh, yeah.
time ago. They brought
Pueblo.
up they brought up Spanish soldiers and they brought up Hispanicized Native Americans. They were called Inizaros, and that founded that little area. The original name was called La Cuesta, and that was basically
the Pueblo Indians, though, right? They're Pueblo.
I
I
don't
think-
know. I don't know if they're Pueblan.
That's the
They're
main-
probably
that's-
something else.
The main Indians, and then they have little tribes in there within it. But
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what tribe that were there, but we come from Genisario and Spanish ancestry in that area, right? The Genisarios were basically enslaved Native Americans from different tribes, and they were Hispanicized, right? And so I always thought that was so messed up. They would fight those people versus Indians, like Native Americans, and they were kind of the same thing, except one was Hispanicized and one wasn't, right? I always thought that was messed up. Like, hey, we look like each other, but I don't like you.
and so the whole
Yeah.
point you're saying, though, there's been a lot of bloodbath in that
Yeah.
land.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
But
So,
Rez,
hey, to
you know
to
the
bring it back, do you remember when we started, we said that we had seen black, right? Like black shadows and black, just like black when you turn the lights off, so black that it's even blacker than black, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you an instance of that where I was like, what the hell? When I used to go visit my friend,
Oh yeah.
In Georgia.
Yeah.
her apartment, man, I swear, like, I don't know if the apartment was haunted or I don't know if she was haunted, right? And there would be, like, I tell you, man, this hallway that would connect her living room to her bedroom. Oh my God, I had never seen such black shadows. And I swear to you, one night, man, I was sleeping and I was looking up at the ceiling, and I swear I could see what looked like dark black clouds, like rotating on the ceiling, right? And she used to tell me stories of a guy in a hat that when she would sleep would take her and show her her future, right? And so I think, in my personal opinion, that she was probably possessed or haunted by whatever. So I
Yeah.
don't know. That's my things, but that's the first time I had ever seen the dark or shadows that black before. It tripped me out.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Have you guys ever had a dream where you're half asleep and half awake?
Oh, yeah, you're talking
Yeah.
about sleep paralysis?
I'm not talking about sleep paralysis. I'm just talking about, you're awake, but you're still dreaming. You're not trying to wake up or anything, but you're dreaming still, but you're half awake. Like you kind of, and then you can kind of like alter the dream and stuff, kind of like.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude. I don't know, man. I've had some crazy dreams, dude, where I'm like, shit, damn. But let me tell you a crazy story. This actually happened in this house. I don't think this house is haunted. It's just a crazy dream. But like, I just remember, like, I don't know if I was dreaming, but I felt like this black entity come and like I was looking at my doorway, but I was still asleep. But I felt like a presence was coming at me, like a weird way. I don't know. I can't explain it. And so I was like awake. I was opening my eyes, and then I was like, oh, screw this shit. I'm gonna go back to sleep. But it was weird. I was sleeping, but I could look in my doorway, and then I was like, I felt like something was looking at me, and it was trying to wake me up or something, dude. But I think that goes in that category where I was like saying, like, I was half awake and half asleep. But I don't know, dude. Dreams can fuck with you. Dreams can fuck with you sometimes.
Yeah, they can.
So just recently, I would say it was in December, and it had snowed here, and I was staying at my girl's house. I was having like nightmares, right? Like demonic nightmares and shit like that. I couldn't sleep very well, right? So about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, damn, I don't know why I'm having these nightmares or whatever, right? And so, what I did was I pictured a white light coming from the roof down onto me, right? To, help me feel better or sleep, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was doing that and then I fell back asleep, right? And then about 6 o'clock in the morning, I hear tat, 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 tat above us, right? And what the crazy thing about that was that the window is right behind us, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, who the hell is here at like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Like it was loud. Everybody got up. Her daughter got up. My girl got up. And so I go outside, right? And it had been snowing, right? And I go outside to go look to see, who the hell is up. I thought, maybe it's her son or something, and nobody. There was nothing there. And then when I looked down at where the window was at outside, there was no footprints, right?
Oh.
And my girl made a good point. She said, there's a screen outside, right, of the window. So the only way that they could hit bare glass would be if it was 6 or 7 feet taller, right? So whatever was knocking had to be higher than 6 or 7 feet, right? So I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was like somebody trying to like come to the light. I don't know what it was.
Basically ruling out a person, you're like, okay. And my mind tells me, you can't be 7 feet high. This is something else. This is some next level shit where it's...
And then all 3 people got up. Me, my girl, and her daughter all heard the same thing, right? The knocking, it was loud. It sounded like somebody was, like the police when they knock, right? You're like, ta, ta, ta. Oh, shit, police here, right? Popo.
It was loud enough to be like it was a knock. It wasn't like the
Yeah.
true fucking whatever.
Yeah, it was nuts, dude. I was like, what the hell is that? 6 o'clock in the morning when it's snowing? Who the hell's gonna be out there when it's snowing at 6 o'clock in the morning?
It's trippy, man.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
All right, well, gentlemen, we've been on for about an hour and 25 minutes. Are we ready for episode 2 next week?
Yeah, that was fun, man. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Episode 2 will be coming out next week. Be looking for it. Thank you for tuning in to the Strange and Mysterious Podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.